Thank you, Adam. I'm going to sort of ask us to go back to the sort of South Oconee, North Oconee issues. The county's land use plan obviously directs growth and development to the northern end of the county, and as a resident of South Oconee, I'm personally and philosophically fine with that. But I guess I've always had a personal hang-up about the fairness issue. If your great-granddad settled in North Oconee and my great-granddad settled in South Oconee, how do you balance out the issues of fairness that from a development standpoint, you can realize $30,000 an acre for your North Oconee dirt. I can realize $5,000 an acre for South Oconee dirt. Now, Russ Page has been a tireless advocate for farmland preservation, but we know the dollars are just not there to help balance that out on a large-scale basis. Just any thoughts? I guess I'm curious philosophically, do you share the same concerns about fairness and equality that I do? And if you do share those, any thoughts on how that might be addressed going ahead?
Well, unfortunately, location of land is what makes it valuable, so I guess there's other ways to increase the value down in that area. You know, people who are wanting to move out of the northern end to get that would create some demand for that area. As far as changing the land use plan, I don't see any, I don't have any inkling to do that at this point in time to open up development down that way.
You know, I guess, Chuck, sometimes it becomes the luck of the draw. You know, I wouldn't want to live, I could get probably $1 million for an acre lot if I happened to live at the corner of Atlanta Highway and Paul Brown Parkway with my house, but I wouldn't want to live there. So I guess it draws down to the luck of the draw. I share some of your reservations about it, but the people in Oconee County have spoken loud and clear over and over. And I think it's the majority of the people who have said that that's the way they want it. I've made it my business to go about trying to give them what they want in that regard. A tight land use map that's going to do exactly what you just said. It's going to make $15,000 acre land in the south end and $30,000 acre land in the north end. But again, I wouldn't want to live on the corner of Paul Brown or Atlanta Highway and the bypass either, so that I could sell my lot for me.
I think I agree with Jim. I think I understand the issue about fairness and stuff, but I do think the people of that's pretty much what the people, the majority of the populace of the county has responded to in developing that land use map. The county, I think, has complied with their request by directing water and sewer toward the north end. I remember when I was on the school board, I remember people asking, you know, why did we build North Oconee or start North Oconee, buy that land 4 miles from Oconee County High School, and it was the desire back then by the county government to direct growth toward the north end, because the county was going to direct their water and what sewer they had toward the north end and not go down to the south end. And I think because they didn't see a demand for the populace to be going into the south end, so there was no need to put infrastructure toward the south end if you couldn't sell water. I mean, there just wasn't going to be any business. So I think that land use issue has been going on way before we were elected to the county commission, and so I'm going to try to keep it that way. I also think that when the land use map is to be drawn or color coded or whatever, I think the public needs to have strong emphasis or participation in that process. So no matter whoever is sitting on the board of commissioners, they're getting guidance from the people in the county as to They won't. And this goes back to some of the issues that Franklin's talking about, quality of life, people moving into the county, trying to find a balance to where we still hold on to some of the things that made Oconee that way. And so, I'd have to agree with it.
Well, I remember when we first moved here, we moved on Marston Road, and we had 5 acres. And the first sign I saw was, potential buyers beware, there are X number of chicken houses within a certain radius of us. I'm amazed when I ride down that road now and look. But the school bought behind us, and my husband said it's time to move. We gotta go to the south end of the county. Now, he'll be the first one when we have well problems to holler, you're not being fair to me as a taxpayer, because I spend taxes and you don't have water down here for me to hook onto. So it's a battle even in my house some days. But I think the board has taken a look and listened to the concerns. We're not shutting off development down in the south end of the county. We are just making it more in line with what is down there. There are some areas down there that are subdivisions with 5-acre lots, and I think that blends in well. Will I think my property will ever be the value of what the north end of the county is? No, but I knew that when I moved down there, and that's the type of life that my husband wanted to go to. I came from the city, so it was kind of a culture shock. But we're not saying, you have to buy big tracts of land and move to the south end of the county. The land use map shows areas that welcome citizens that want to come down to that area. What they call mini farms, I guess, is what most people I talk to that are on that. But I don't think we'll ever be value-wise. My land will be worth as much as north of the north end of the county. And I think that's just the way it is.
Chuck, I'm sure, and you didn't get probably part of the response you wanted from us on that, I'm sure transferable development rights are one of the things that you may have been hinting at or alluding to on that. And I can't speak for any of my colleagues, but when we can find a model that works for transferable development rights that doesn't require taxpayer dollars to supplement it, I'll be the first one to put my right hand in the air and vote for it. I think it's a good idea, and I think when the model can be presented for the situation that we have in Oconee County, I think, and I frankly think it would be hard to find a commissioner who wouldn't vote for it under that circumstance. But not if we got to take other taxpayer dollars to make it.
By 9 o'clock, and it's 9 o'clock straight up. On behalf of the Board of Commissioners, certainly thank you for attending tonight's town hall meeting. Again, I'll remind you that we've got those CDs in the back. Please help yourself. Again, if you need some or need one, and they're gone by the time you get there, Mr. Rusty Haygood will make sure that we get one to you. Again, thank you very much. Have a good evening.